Welcome back to the channel, Upcyclers. Today I've got a really interesting one for you in the grading space. So, if you have been watching some of my PSA reveal videos, or if you want to pause this, go back to the one I did with some Marvel stuff not that long ago, you will see a couple of cards that got some pretty questionable grades. And I'm going to show them to you now because we're going to talk about them a little bit. What we have here is a 1990 Marvel Universe from Impel Black Panther and a 91 Impel Marvel Universe X-Men versus Magneto. Now, I had a whole big bunch of these kind of cards. I went through and very carefully picked out the ones that I thought were the best to send in. To be fair, I've gotten a lot better at identifying this stuff now. This originally were sent in quite a while ago, but I got some pretty terrible grades, as you can see. I got a 6 on this one and a 5 on this one. I'm going to zoom in for you a little bit. And I guess let's start with this one. I would agree. This is off center ever so slightly. Left to right, top to bottom looks pretty good. Back looks perfect to me. Corners are good, edges are good. There's no obvious surface marks. There may be some, microscopic ones or something that, you could pick up under the black light and all that good stuff. But to me, these look like, easy 8s, at least 9, outside shot at a 10. And at the time I sent them, the whole Marvel market was blowing up, and this Black Panther was like a $600 card in a 10. I was into it for $0. I got it in a big batch. I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. So I got these grades back, and I thought it was terrible. So I cracked and resent it in, and it just came back, and guess what? Black Panther goes from a 6 to an 8. That's pretty bad. It's pretty bad quality control and standardization with respect to PSA. I think as someone that collects this stuff, I think all we're really asking for is consistency. And I guess secondary to that would be transparency, right? What we'd really like to know is that if you send the same card in over and over again, that it will always get the same grade. Because it should. Clearly this one didn't. And if you thought that one was fun, wait till you see this one. This Marvel X-Men versus Magneto in a PSA 5. PSA 5 is... that's like a vintage card with jacked up corners and horrific centering. This centering is excellent. The corners, the edges, everything is good. I can only assume there's some scratches on it somewhere. But if you can see it, please, by all means, let me know in the comments what I'm not seeing. So, what did this get from PSA? Go ahead, put your guesses in the comments below. Before you watch the next part of the video, tell me what you think this got. I mean, if they have standardization, it should get a 5, right? Right? If every human grader is evaluating it the same way, with the same set of rules, it should get a 5. Even if it's like a borderline card, I get it. There's cards that are just those tweeners that are 50-50 coin flips. So I understand why sometimes you might get an 8 or a 9 or a 9 or a 10, or in this case, a 5 or a 6 or a 4 or a 5, right? In order for this to be a 5, there must have been some like legitimate damage to this card somewhere that somehow I'm not seeing. 9. PSA. Clean it up, guys. Come on. This is ridiculous. So, this goes back to the thing that we all love talking about, which is buy the card, not the slab. If you're looking at a card for sale, you're at a show, or you're looking for a card online, and you see it going for dirt cheap because it's in a PSA 7 holder or a BGS or SGC or anybody's holder, frankly, that just looks better than what it is. Like, you look at it, you go, that is just not a 6. I just do not see how that got a 6. Sometimes it's worth the gamble. Buy it, examine it yourself, or if you're at a card show, examine it yourself. Pull your little magnifying glass out of your pocket with your light. I've got one here that I have. We'll zoom back out. I've got one. This does regular light and a black light. Oh, you can almost record through that. But anyway, yeah, buy it, resub it, right? Because at the end of the day, the whole point of grading and all we're trying to do is say, how nice of condition is this card relative to other examples of it out there, so we can have an idea of what a fair price for it is, whether we are the buyer or the seller. And when PSA does garbage like this, and this is not the first time I've showed stuff like this, when they do stuff like that, it makes it really hard and it makes you really question what value a company like that is actually adding into this process. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about it below. Tell me your own horror stories of PSA. Post some pictures. And, let me know what you think. Anyway, thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.